Okay, so welcome to another deep dive. Today we're looking at something that everyone goes through a few times in their lives, right?
Hmm.
Career changes, it's always a little bit scary.
Oh, for sure.
We got some really cool stuff from a career development resource that somebody shared with us. And one thing really jumped out at me, at least to start off with,
Okay.
and it was transferable skills. I mean, it sounds simple, but it's really easy to get caught up in your old job title and what you used to do and trying to force that into a new role.
Yeah, absolutely. I've totally been there.
Oh, yeah. I had this one job interview and it was like it bombed because I was so focused on what I did at my last job instead of, what I could actually bring to this new one.
Right, right. And it's easy to get tunnel vision for sure.
Yeah.
But what's really cool about thinking about career changes,
Yeah.
and I think why this transferable skills idea is so key,
Hmm.
is that like a lot of people treat career change like it's this giant leap across a canyon,
Yeah.
just hoping they're going to land on the other side.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. Right.
Yeah, exactly. But in reality, it's much more like, navigating a winding path.
Okay. I like that analogy.
Yeah. And, all these tips and things we're going to talk about today, they're like the trail markers along the way.
I love that. Okay, so first trail marker, and they talk about this in the material. Research your new field. And I mean, again, that sounds super obvious.
Yeah, it does.
But, I've definitely been guilty of being way too broad with that, Like, oh, I want to work in, I don't know, healthcare.
Right, right. I want to work with animals.
Exactly. But, like, what does that even mean?
Exactly. It's not enough to just say healthcare or tech. You got to drill down.
Mm.
Like in healthcare, are you interested in the tech side of things? Are you drawn to patient care,
Hmm.
research, admin? I mean, each of those, they're whole different worlds.
Right. Totally different skill sets. Right.
Absolutely. It's like imagine trying to find like a specific store in a giant mall, but you don't even know what kind of store you're looking for.
Yeah.
You're just going to be wandering around
I'm
forever.
totally lost.
Exactly. So get specific. Figure out those little niche areas within the broader field. That's step one.
Okay, so we've narrowed down our field. We know where we're going in the mall. But now comes the tricky part. Identify transferable skills. And I think this is where we really need you.
All right. Challenge accepted. So many people get stuck here because they're thinking, well, I've only ever been a barista. How does that translate to marketing? But the magic happens when you step back and look at the skills you've built, not just the job titles.
So it's like looking under the hood, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. You got to break it down. There's actually this framework called the Skills Transferability Matrix, and it's super helpful. It breaks down skills into 4 categories: foundational skills, transferable skills, adaptive skills, and specialized skills.
Okay, I'm already intrigued. Give us an example.
Okay, let's say you're a teacher, right? And you're thinking about moving into, I don't know, project management.
Okay, interesting.
On the surface, you might be like, wait, those are totally different. But if you break it down, those foundational skills like communication, organization, those are crucial in both. Then you've got those transferable skills you've honed as a teacher: planning, time management. Those are gold in project management. And don't forget adaptive skills: problem solving on the fly. Collaboration teachers are masters at that. See, suddenly you've got a whole toolbox of transferable skills.
I'm seeing it now. That's really cool. So, listener, while we're talking about this, take a second. Think about a skill you have that you might not even realize is valuable somewhere else. You know, maybe you're amazing at, I don't know, organizing your family's crazy schedule.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping everyone on track. Guess what? Those organizational skills, project management, gold.
Pure gold. All right, so you've done your research, you got your skills all laid out. What's next? It's time to talk to the people who are already doing what you want to do. This is where building a network comes in.
And I think this is where people get it wrong. It's not about like schmoozing at awkward networking events or spamming people on LinkedIn as,
Oh gosh, no. No, no, no. This is about genuine connection. It's about gathering intel.
Okay, so how do we do that?
Informational interviews. That's your secret weapon.
Okay, I've heard of those. How do they work?
It's simple. Instead of asking for a job, you're asking for advice.
Hmm.
Reach out to people on LinkedIn. Maybe you found them in one of those niche groups you researched.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, I'm really interested in learning more about what you do. Would you be open to a quick chat? People love to talk about themselves, and you'll walk away with so many valuable insights.
Speaking of finding those people, industry-specific communities online, those can be amazing.
For sure.
Like professional groups, even on Facebook, they're all over the place. You'd be surprised how many people are willing to help someone who's genuinely curious and wants to learn.
Absolutely. People want to share their passion.
Mhm.
Okay, so you're connecting, you're learning, but how do you keep all this momentum going? You need some structure. That's where having a timeline can be super helpful.
Okay, so I'm imagining a giant calendar on the wall with deadlines and all that.
Ah, not quite.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about a super rigid schedule, but having some milestones, some checkpoints along the way that can help you measure your progress and stay motivated.
Oh, that makes sense. It's like training for a marathon, right? You don't just wake up one day and decide to run 26 miles with zero prep. You'd
Exactly.
be in trouble.
Yeah, big time. You need a plan, a training schedule, little goals along the way to keep you moving forward.
Yeah, to build that momentum.
Exactly. Okay, speaking of support systems, let's talk about seeking mentorship. This can be a total game changer. A mentor, they've been there, they've done that. They can give you advice, introduce you to people, help you navigate all those ups and downs that come with any career change.
Oh, I can totally vouch for that. Early in my career, I had this amazing mentor, and she was incredible. She helped me find my voice, build my confidence. She pushed me to take risks, speak up more in meetings, own my expertise. It made a huge difference. And now I try to do the same for others. Pay it forward.
That's awesome. Mentorship can be such a powerful force.
Absolutely.
Okay, before we wrap things up here, I want to leave you with something to think about.
All right.
All right. So, if you could design your ideal workday 5 years from now, what would it look like?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Where are you working? What are you doing? Who are you working with? What's the kind of impact are you making? This vision, it can be your North Star. It can guide your choices and keep you going when things get tough, because they will.
That's such a good question to sit with. And listener, remember, this deep dive, it's just the starting point. It's like we've given you a map, some trail markers, but the journey is yours to make. And we're here rooting for you every step of the way. If anything we talked about today resonated with you, or if you've got questions, you know where to find us. We love hearing from you. Good luck on your career
You
adventure.
got this.